Welcome to Time for Hope, a faith-based mental health program. Join our host, certified clinical mental health counselor and Christian psychotherapist Dr. Freda Crews, and her guests as they discuss real-life issues and offer expert clinical advice and solid biblical application for any and all life situations. Now, here's the host of Time for Hope, Dr. Freda Crews.
Welcome to Time for Hope. I'm Dr. Freda Crews, your host, and for the second and concluding week, I would like to welcome as my guest, pastor, pilot, motivational speaker, best-selling gospel jazz musician, and reality TV star, Jewel Tankard, and joining him is his wife, Jewel, who shares their reality show, Thicker Than Water. Ben has sold over 4 million copies of his award-winning instrumental albums and has a book coming out in August of this year titled The Full Tank Life: Fuel Your Dreams, Ignite Your Destiny. Together with his wife Jewel, Ben pastors a growing church outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And today, Ben and I will, along with Jewel, his wife, will be wrapping up our discussion of his rise to fame. And I'm suspecting, I haven't heard all about her yet, that she can tell a story similar as to where God has brought her from to where she is today, because I'm learning she has some things that we're going to talk about that you can get also. So stay with us as I interact with this couple that have found their purpose in life that God had ordained from before the foundation of the world for them. And also, they have a blended family of 5 children, which is a challenge for any couple. And yet I read something somewhere where Ben said they'd never had a real argument. If you don't think I'm going to ask them about that, then stay with us and as I share with them Jewel and Ben as my guests today. And Jewel, it's great having you join Ben. When I heard that you were coming along and I had time to think it out, I thought, why not, since you have a reality show together, why not do a show for me together? So I appreciate your agreeing to that, Ben.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a good time doing this show and hearing how you guys. First of all, hearing where I've already heard where Ben has come from, but it's interesting how your audience will change from week to week. So we're going to have to back up a little bit with you, Ben, so that anybody new joining is going to hear where God has brought you from. And then, of course, I haven't heard yet where you've come from or God has brought you. And how I know I did read about how the two of you got together, so to speak, and then you have these 5 children. Yes. What ages are they, by the way?
I always 20? Get it wrong, so you go.
It's 20 to 32.
Yes.
20 to 32.
Yes.
2 boys, 3 girls.
Yes.
3 grandchildren, and a grandpuppy.
And both of our boys are married, so we have 2 extra daughters. So as opposed to 5 children, we really have 7 now.
And a grandpuppy.
And a grandpuppy. Who does a puppy come from?
2 grandpuppies.
2 grandpuppies?
Benji has a puppy and Brooklyn.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, but these grandchildren are special, aren't they?
Yes. Grandchildren are God's gift to parents for not having killed their children. It's a reward for not killing your kids.
My dad always said that, and I appreciated his learned wisdom, as it were, but he always said that you could enjoy your grandchildren more after you've reared your children, and I think there's a lot of truth in that, because rearing your children can be quite a challenge, but as you learn as you go, and you can use that, as it were, and enjoy the grandchildren. I know I have 7, and I'm still enjoying it. And I miss them because they're grown, and then I even have some great grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So when I pray for my grandchildren, I pray for their children, because whatever we pass along, it can go on for generations.
Yes.
And we would want that to happen, wouldn't we? Okay. So where do we start? Which one, Ben? I'm going to see how you two interact.
So our backgrounds are totally different.
Okay.
Ben grew up in a very impoverished area, and I don't know if you had a chance to tell them.
I was born with a plastic spoon in my mouth. She's born with a silver spoon.
Oh.
He grew up was very impoverished, but with a lot of love. His parents loved the Lord, and they were actually partners with Oral Roberts. And I grew up, and my parents are very strong entrepreneurs even to this day.
They're very strong. Wow.
Entrepreneurs. I'm a fourth-generation entrepreneur. And I grew up in an entrepreneurial household. My parents were actually the first African Americans to own a business downtown Detroit, because I'm originally from Detroit. And so that was a great legacy.
I had a dear friend in Detroit. She was an attorney, and but she died young, and I miss her in my life. She and her husband would come on my show, but and she wrote some books, and she was a counselor, a Christian counselor, as well as an attorney. What a combination, huh?
Yeah.
And and my husband actually went to Detroit to consider a church. So I wasn't crazy about Detroit. I'm kind of glad that decision.
The weather's a little different than South Carolina.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Okay. I interrupted you.
That's okay. So yes, I grew up in Detroit and had a really great upbringing. We had all the finer things in life. I went to the best schools, and my parents had a flourishing business. And then at 19. We lost everything.
In 19 what?
When I was 19 years old.
Oh, when you were 19.
Yeah, we lost everything. So it was really devastating. And so I began to ask my parents lots of questions like, okay, so how did this happen? And there was basically a turn in the economy, and the whole business model that they flourished off of had become obsolete. And so they weren't able to make that turn quick enough. So it made me really want to understand financial wealth, financial management, stewardship, investment. So I ended up going to University of Michigan, and I graduated econ degree. So I'm an economist by trade, and I'm also a wealth strategist. So that made me passionate to really want to educate women, and particularly on making sure that they understood that even though their husbands can be amazing providers, that they still want to have basic information about their financial well-being. Because if your finances are not in order, it can really cause a lot of hardship, not to just you, but your children. So, so now I have what we call a Millionaires Club, where I'll take any woman from any facet of life, and I do webinars for them every single month, a couple times a month, talking to them about financial long-term wealth strategy. And then as a result of that too, I end up giving my life to the Lord, and just fired up about the baptism of the gift of the Holy Ghost. When I got filled with the Holy Ghost, that was it.
So how did this set with your family? Were they already Christians? And so when you gave your life to the Lord, how did it set with your family?
Yeah, I think, I think they were Christian, but not actively going to church and things like that. So when I started going to church, 3-4 days a week and giving tithe and offering, everybody was like, did you just join a cult? What is wrong with you? Why are you going to church so much? So it didn't set really well initially with my family.
But they've gotten used to it now.
Oh, yeah, they're all in the church. My sisters are both in ministry now, and my parents actually attend our church. So yeah,
I grew up in church.
Pardon, you grew up in church. Are your parents still living, by the way?
No, my parents passed away.
Both of them.
Several years ago, about 15 years ago. But I grew up in your hometown.
I know.
The start
we
Bradford
discussed
County.
that on the first show, didn't we? That was hard for me to believe. I think Bill, my son, was the one that mentioned that, and I didn't learn that the last time you were here. I don't think we had made that connection, but we come from a similar background.
Farming community.
A farming community.
We raised, I worked on farms, chicken farms, shovel chicken manure, picked strawberries, cucumbers, watermelons, anything. As migrant farmers, you just went where the crops were.
Yeah.
And that's how we made our money.
Same way up for me. Picking strawberries was the main thing, but whatever else it involved, suckering corn, pulling corn, getting pepper. We grew peppers, we grew peanuts, we grew this, we grew that. But my grandparents were one of the larger farmers in our community, and most of my family is still there. I'm probably one of the few renegades in the family leaving that area. But you and I talked about it's really a nice place to grow up.
I'm so thankful of my childhood, even though it was tough. A lot of times we had to struggle financially. I think it really built character in me. I'm 6'6" by the time I'm in the 5th grade, so I started thinking about basketball. I took a basketball scholarship, went to college, dropped out, and went pro. When I got cut, it was because of that injury in my first year. And so I went to church because I was depressed about missing out on this basketball career. And wouldn't you know it, God saved me, anointed me to play the piano, and I began to play like a professional musician. And I ended up doing all these recordings and got gold albums and platinum albums, and I'm still in church every day now. You know, but I'm doing it from a standpoint of giving back to people, concerts, speaking, and that's how I met Jewel. I was doing a concert in Detroit. I had been divorced, you know, and so here I am believing God for a spouse. She walks in, I'm like, oh my God, the Lord is my shepherd. I see what I want. That's what I want. And when I first met her, I went up to her, and I call her my aunt, so Aunt Freda. When I first met Jewel, I went up to her and said, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life. You're supposed to be my wife. That's how I introduced myself.
Yeah.
So I didn't go into all those games about, hey, what's up, Slim? What's your phone number, Slim? What's going on? You dancing tonight? I didn't even go into all that. I was like, hey, I don't want to mess this up. I've been divorced before. I don't want to screw this up.
And I was shocked. I was like, I can't believe he just asked me to marry him like that. Said I was his wife. Like,
hey, I had that happen to me when I was right out of high school, as a matter of fact. I had a guy come in from Jacksonville. I was with my girlfriends, and he came in with his friends, and we were all in this drugstore. That was a meeting place in Stark, where we grew up. And he comes up to me and starts talking, and he said, you know what, I'm supposed to marry you. Oh, boy. I knew I wasn't going to fall for that. But there's no need in going any further. I wasn't about to fall for his line, so to speak, especially out of Jacksonville, Florida, which was a big city compared to where I
Normally when you hear that,
from.
it is a line when you hear that.
It's
all right. And when I heard myself, I'm like, did I just say that?
I can't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he said that.
We're going to go out with that, so they'll stay tuned to see what happened to you two and how that went, and we will be right back. Music can reach us in the very depths of our souls. The mood and lyrics of certain music and songs can express the longings and feelings we are experiencing when we are unable to identify or verbalize them. Music can invigorate our spirits and lift our mood when we are depressed, and it can relax us when we are stressed out at the end of a stressful day. As I leave the office, I have certain music selections that I flip on to start my decompressing process. There are times when the music of the 50s has the ability to take me back to youthful and less stressful days when all of my dreams were future and I had not yet experienced many of them falling apart. At other times, instrumental music provides the soothing sounds that can quiet my mind, body, and emotions. Research studies have revealed that music therapy can be very effective in relieving stress and anxiety and lifting depressed persons from the depths of despair. The medical community has learned that music can be a powerful healing agent. In recent studies, patients who could hear music during surgery experienced less pain and fatigue during recovery. Parkinson's and Alzheimer's patients have demonstrated an ability to hum or sing songs associated with important events in their past, even though they can't tell anyone their names. It is believed that by some physicians, that music has the unique capacity to organize and reorganize brain function when it has been damaged. Since stress is something all of us experience on a daily basis, and music has proven to be beneficial in relieving stress, I would like to encourage you to indulge in its benefits by offering the following tips. Choose music with a slow tempo, and you will find your heart rate will adjust to the rhythm of the music. 2. Instrumental music or sounds from nature, like the ocean waves, can soothe away anxiety and fatigue. 3. Music that evokes fond memories can bring the peace and tranquility of former and less stressful times. 4. Religious praise and worship music can lift your hearts and minds as we are enabled to focus on the power, goodness, and faithfulness of our Creator, God. Thank you for staying with us on Time for Hope. And before I turn back to Ben and Jewel, I'm going ahead and letting you know we have quite a number of materials that we can offer you so that I don't run out of time and don't get to tell you about them at the as we close out the show. First of all, we have Ben's CD package. There are 3 CDs here. Ben, I will turn to you and ask you, is it music that's on these 3 CDs?
Primarily instrumental, yes.
Primarily instrumental. Called Full Tank Chew. And those, of course, are some of Ben's musical gospel jazz, I guess, included. Yes. So we do tell you to, that you can get a copy of that from us. And then his book that's coming out in August, make a note of that, called The Full Tank Life, Fuel Your Dreams and Ignite Your Destiny. And then I've learned that Jewel has, these are CDs, Jewel, right?
Yes.
And one of them is Praying in the Supernatural, which sounds very interesting to me. That's going to be available for your calling or writing. Are going on the web. And then she's got one titled The Kingmaker. So I would encourage you, and Jewel, what is The Kingmaker about?
Proverbs 31 women, and I believe that every woman has the ability to help her husband to become his very best father, best husband, by pouring into him and letting him know how much she loves him, speaking to the call of God that's on his life, really.
Yes, and then praying in the supernatural.
I got filled with the baptism of the Holy Spirit when I was a senior in college, and praying in tongues absolutely changed my entire life. So I feel strongly and passionate about doing it, praying for America.
So you were in college at the time that your family business went bad?
Yes. Yeah, I was a senior. Yes.
You were a senior in college at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that gives you a little bit of insight as to what we have that Jewel has offering on a CD. So I'm just kind of not used to having this much to offer, so I wanted to get that ahead of time, so to speak, and encourage you for to call us about any of these, and we'll try to have enough information for you, and then our announcer, of course, will be going over some of these for you also. And then I'm going to turn back to Ben and Jewel, and I want to know a little bit about what you do on your reality show.
It's a blended show. It's kind of like, I like to call it kind of like the Brady Bunch a little bit, but it's just, us.
Do you include your children, all
Yes,
of them?
it's the whole family.
The whole family comes in on that?
And so it's always stories going on. We got these two siblings that are not quite getting along today. We got this sibling that remembered that daddy missed their recital when they were 14. I'm like, why are you just now telling me that today? So stuff like that. It's great stuff.
Yeah. So how is the blended family coming along with from two? I guess you were divorced with so both of you were divorced before you found her, Ben, and told.
That's why we call it a Brady Bunch.
Let's pick up with that whole idea. You're telling her.
Here's the story of a man named Tankard. And we brought this group together, and we threw out the instruction book. We said we're not going to call these kids stepkids, stepchildren, or stepmom, stepdad. No steps.
Just mom and dad.
Just mom and dad.
Well, if they were still connected to their other parents, they got two of them, so to speak?
Say your other mom. So you get two for the price of one.
Your other dad.
Because I see that in funeral death write-ups sometimes, the way they'll manage that.
We don't call our daughter-in-laws daughter-in-laws. We call them daughter-in-laws. Daughters.
Yeah.
So you're blazing a trail, it sounds like.
Yes.
I know when I was in full-time counseling years back that blended families were kind of new in that era, and it was posing a lot for counselors to deal with. Our clients that had the blended family issues. So it sounds like, though, that y'all have really found some keys.
We had to, because otherwise you get into that, you ain't my mama, you ain't my dad. I'm like, excuse me, if I'm feeding you, I'm your daddy. Excuse me. You eat my food, you're in my house, I'm your daddy.
Or if you need to go shopping, you need a new dress or a new... Hey, by the way, I wanted to ask you, when you go over everything that you're involved in, is there anything you don't do? Because I didn't mention that you design men's suits.
Well, I don't do the dishes.
Right now.
One of y'all kids, one of y'all grown juveniles got to do the kitchen.
Hey, that comes back from a long ways back, doesn't it? I know my sister and I next to me, we had to do the dishes. And that was just a part of life back then. We didn't have dishwashers, did we, Ben? Okay. Yeah. So.
But we love our life. We keep God first, and we try to just keep it simple. Life is full of challenges, but if God is in it, your best days are ahead. And thank God for opportunities to hear from people like yourself, because all of us need hope.
And you?
Yeah, and I think the same thing. We're not afraid to show the challenges. We show the real life challenges when we're hurting or when we're disappointed, and how we have to go to God and ask Him for help, to give us direction. Because some days I feel like I'm doing well, and other days I'm like, Lord, am I being the mother that you call me to be? So we're not afraid to show our vulnerabilities.
I'm interested in calling to be a mom. We are called. Can be one of our callings. But real quick, we need to go back to this idea you guys have never had an argument.
So we've had this. We do disagree. We don't agree on everything. No, we do not agree on everything.
That you would agree on everything.
But we don't yell. We're not yelling.
So if you don't yell and get angry, then you don't count that as an argument.
Exactly.
You count it as a disagreement, but not an argument.
Like a lot of women, my wife really loves to talk, and so I'm looking forward to that one day that I can experience what every man has experienced, but I've never experienced in 15 years, the silent treatment.
And she doesn't give it to you?
I'm believing for the silent treatment. I don't know how more act when I get this out.
Okay, well, that's not a bad thought to go out on. I know I had thrown that out, and I need to stay true to my viewers and have gone over that, because I don't know. I always say there are, and I've taught this, across this nation, there are no perfect marriages.
That's right.
There are, and when we look for them to be perfect, that puts us in, in a bad way to start with when we're expecting perfection out of anybody. No one is perfect, and there are no perfect marriages. So it's been wonderful and great having you guys.
Oh, we love you so much.
We love you. We love what you guys have built. This is awesome.
We love you, and Lord bless all that you two are doing. And I'm so proud, being you've come from where you've come from and where you are today. I happen to know about that, and the Lord's done the same thing for me. Brought me, what I say, out of the strawberry fields of Florida to where He has me today, and I give Him all the praise, the honor, and the glory. And I have something to share with you. Dear Dr. Freda, please pray for me to have God's vision and direction for my life. Also pray for me to be filled with the knowledge of God's will in all wisdom and spiritual understanding. I would also like prayer that God will send a godly man into my life for a relationship leading to marriage. And then I have a note of encouragement. Dear Dr. Freda, I watch your program, Time for Hope, all the time. I think the program is a blessing, and so are you, and I appreciate that, and thank you for that. Thank you for this ministry, and that is a blessing to me to know that someone would say that and encourage, and that's very encouraging for me, because I know, as Ben and Jewel know, I know that God would have me doing exactly what I'm doing, that I have found. Many times I've found my destiny for that season, but for now, my destiny is being host of Time for Hope and looking to the Lord to lead, guide, and direct and expand His kingdom through this ministry. So thank you for your encouragement. And then, if you haven't helped us financially, we would be very happy for you to share your financial blessings with us. We have expenses like other people that are on TV. And then also I encourage you to make sure that you join us again next week on Time for Hope.
A free fact sheet that contains additional information about today's topic is available upon request from our ministry. You can also get a copy of Ben Tankard's 3-CD set for a donation of at least $11 to the Time for Hope ministry. We are also offering one or both of Jewel Tankard's teaching and preaching CD sets for a donation of at least $11 each, or you can get all 3 sets of CDs for a donation of at least $28 to the Time for Hope ministry. You may call us at 800-669-9133. Write us at Post Office Box 2169, Spartanburg, South Carolina, 29304. Or visit our website at timeforhope.org. When you call or write, prayerfully consider a donation to our ministry. Our ministry's mission is to offer hope to discouraged and hurting people. As we continue to give out messages of hope, a financial gift of any amount to support this ministry will be greatly appreciated. When you do this, you are joining us in offering hope to many viewers seeking help and hope for their situation. This will also enable us to inform and inspire some viewers to expand our mission, as they learn and in turn can minister more effectively to hurting people around them. Until next time, have a great week. And remember, it is time for hope.